To you Scorpios out here, hope y'all are having a great day. So you have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Cups. For you Scorpios, move this over some. Okay, so for you Scorpios, right, these three cards right here for you. Some of you Scorpios are like, forget about this. You're going to be your own best friend. You're going to be the person that you take yourself out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you take yourself out. You manage yourself. You make sure that you're okay. Not a lot of people are out here really rocking with you, able to do what it is that you Scorpios are able to do, to the capacity or to the level that you're able to do. A lot of people out here choosy and they're being fake, as fake can essentially be. So a lot of you Scorpios are fed up with that. The Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, right? You'll do so much to please somebody else, right? And be in a relationship and stuff like this, and only to get trash in return. So a lot of you Scorpios are, oh, you're good with the fact that you Scorpios now have standards. You know, you'll give to a point, and you have the ability to now say no, or to cut off as much as you give, right? To restrict how much you give, right? Just for free, frivolously, not frivolously, but for free, right? Without seeing any kind of return. And you feel better about yourself at the fact that you're able to do that. Because that's something that you Scorpios may have had a problem with. Some of you may have had a problem with that you needed to actually work on. Because remember, I was saying how, you know, we have to work on some of the things that are our weaknesses. Well, for you Scorpios, one of the things that turned out to be your weakness is that some of you Scorpios are a little bit too generous, especially when you want to continue to see the person, you want to see them again. To you Scorpios, you can be a little bit too generous. And that was something that you needed to not be generous about. See, Scorpio is a zodiac sign that can help, but only if you're worthy. See, them in Capricorns, only if you're worthy of the help will the Scorpio help you. Other than that, the Scorpio doesn't, I mean, Scorpio is not a, I mean, like, Scorpio is not really a sign that, like, it's, Scorpio only cares about you. See, that's the thing. Like, Scorpio only care about themselves, right? And like, a person got to come into your life and show you why you Scorpios should care about them. Now, I'm not saying that Scorpios are super selfish. They can't see past their own interests. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that whether it's Scorpio, Pisces, or the crabs, right? Y'all have to be, you have to be moved. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to show you, Scorpios, why you should care about them. They're not just going to come out. You Scorpios are not just going to come out and start trying to care and we are the world type stuff. You have to be involved. So, like, if a person can't get you Scorpios to be involved or anything like that, to be invested, you Scorpios don't care about somebody, you know? Therefore, goes right back to what it is that I said. If a person is worthy, like if a person is worthy of you Scorpios caring about them, then great, good for them. Then it means that you will look out for them. But like, if a Scorpio doesn't care about you, you're not gonna, you Scorpios aren't planning on doing anything for somebody. So it just goes right back into what it is that I meant when I said that you Scorpios pretty much you overreached, you overdid. And you Scorpios realized that that was something that you had to learn to stop doing, was overreaching in the first place, right? Trying to like prove and show why it is that you're so valuable to the point where people now don't respect it, right? Some people who have that mentality don't respect it. And they're like, okay, well, I'll just take whatever it is that you're going to give me. So The Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles now is about, they're playing the victim. They're trying to make it seem like they were caught up with you Scorpios' tactics and the games that you played. But the Four of Pentacles is, that's not actually true. What happened is, you Scorpios is trying to get to know somebody recently, right? You know, they weren't doing anything. You showed them your value, right? You may have called, you put effort in. They didn't show you anything, and you Scorpios was like, okay, maybe they did show up and hang out with you, but they wasn't really on it, right? They were socially awkward. They didn't know how to have a conversation. They weren't even trying to actually have a conversation, right? They weren't even putting in an effort to where maybe if they're shy, they'll get out of their shyness and stuff like this, right? Just saying. And then the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups represents, you stood your ground on your decision. You don't want to have them around you. That's why you stopped talking to them. That's why it is that they're heartbroken at the fact that you Scorpios basically just hung out with them maybe once or twice. Some of you may have gotten some nookie. Some of you may not have necessarily gotten any nookie. But regardless of whether you did or you didn't, you basically just decided to give them up and let the streets have them, you know? And Three of Swords, they're upset about this. They're very upset at the fact that you Scorpios decided to actually put them back out there into the streets. And it's like, but again, they're playing a victim though. They trying to act like woe is me type stuff. But the thing is that they should have been showing you why they were amazing to keep. Scorpio is a collector. See, Scorpio and the crabs are collectors of treasures, right? Like y'all go looking for the treasures and stuff like this, right? Along with Capricorn. You go looking for the treasures and stuff like this. Again, a person has to show you why they're worthy, why it is that you would want them to be around you. Them just in your life, it seemed like they were just taking in all of the effort that you Scorpios were showing them, and they barely did anything. It was, you know what I mean? You could tell. A lot of you Scorpios, like I said, you're just not going for it. And you're not swayed. That's another thing too that used to get you as well. You're not swayed by the tactics that people pull when they play like they're the ones that's heartbroken. It's like, no. And this is why I told y'all to get rid of y'all moralism, because people will use moralism as a tool against you, I said it correctly, as a tool to use it against you, where it's like they know that they've been living foul, messing up, right? Playing games with your head. And then you Scorpios, y'all peep game and you see what it is, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna have to cut this short, right? And then what is it now? Then now they're trying to play a victim. Oh, this, that, and the third, right? If you hyper moralistic, you're gonna fall for that. You're gonna get into that. You're gonna be like, well, what's going on? And then the person's gonna be able to shame you into that. Oh, I thought you were great enough for this, and I thought that things would have been, just using all kind of tactics on y'all. And you would have fell for that. You Scorpios would have been like, all right, let me give you another try, because it's the idea of maybe I'm the one who's tripping. Maybe I didn't really assess the situation correctly as well as I should have. So now let me give this person another chance. And then what do? They mess you up again. And then now they play this game of, well, you should have known better. You know what I'm saying? You Scorpio should have known better. Then they try to play it on you. Oh, you should have known better, whatever. It's you. I can't stop acting like I'm an idiot because of you. Every time you come around, I don't know how to act. I lose myself type stuff. And it's like, on the one hand, what kind of a backhanded compliment is that? On the one hand, they telling you Scorpios that you so good that they lose their mind. On the other hand, they telling you that when they hang out with you, they not gonna know how to act like a functional adult. So you know that's a nah, that's a dub. Like, that's a dub. So the Four of Cups now and the Nine of Wands right here, right? You Scorpios are gonna go hang out and look for someone who makes things a little bit more easier on you. Now, I'm not saying that they themselves are easy or that they're for the streets, but a person who legitimately wants to be in a relationship. You got to understand that people who really want to be in relationships with other people, they're not trying to make things difficult. They're trying to actually make things as easy as possible. They're just keeping their head on their shoulders and they're paying attention to see if there's any kind of like serious problems that would come up about the person, you know what I mean? And they deal with it accordingly is what I'm trying to say. But it's not about making the person work for it, right? Because truth be told, people don't want to work for relationships. I don't want to work for one. You know, I don't want to have to, as soon as I trying to talk to somebody, they putting on this mentality. They have this mentality where it's like, I gotta work to get them. I need to actually like, I need to feel hurried, right? They need to hurry me. I need to feel hurried. And what I mean by that is I have this pressure on me, right? They want me to apply pressure. They're applying pressure on me to apply pressure to them, right? They're trying to rush me into showing them my value. And it's like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. If I do that, that's called paying for it. There's no way that I'm going to be able, I'm not doing that. I'm just not paying for anything. I'm not doing that. That's number one. And number two, you're never going to be able to really get a true understanding of a Scorpio's value all in one day. That goes the same for anybody, right? Especially a person who's valuable. Come on now. So let's clarify the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands, Tower, which is Scorpio, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, and then you Scorpios have the Two of Pentacles. Like I said before, boom, to clarify the Nine of Wands. So you're very content, right? And amazed at the fact that you Scorpios are, you're making better decisions. A lot of you Scorpios needed a little bit of help with that. Because you like the pretty face. I like a pretty face myself. I ain't even gonna be mad at you. But you like the pretty face. And you just need a little bit of help basically being more yourself. You know, Scorpio, sometimes y'all can have a problem being yourselves because sometimes y'all think that y'all can be mean or how you feel internally. And it's like, that's part of the problem, right? It's the fact that that's part of what builds the frustration inside of you. Is the fact that you feel like there's an uneasiness to express yourself in a way that you want to. And you can express yourself in a way that you want to. You just have to know how. But that's it. The Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles speaks to how you Scorpios, again, you know, it's their fault. They should have came to you correctly if they wanted a relationship. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm out. Peace.